This is a past life reading for coming together. So here we go. Surround myself in positive energy. Okay, so I already have a guide coming in. And this is like a very grounded male energy. Okay, and then I have the female guide coming in as well. So these are the guides that were coming up during your partner's reading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and surround you also. Water. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this light here. Okay. Okay, so I'm bringing down the light, and this is just something that they're showing me when I'm attempting to bring it down, because last time it came around you so easily. So this is just like something that they want to reveal, but it's weird. It's like I'm trying to put it down, and instead of just coming around you, it's like coming way out in front of you, like way around you, and it's like there's some kind of film or something that won't just let it come right down over you. And I'm asking, what is that? And I'm hearing barricade, like it's a barricade. And then I'm getting the feeling like you actually want to, part of you, or like a thought form in you, more than one, wants to actually block out any psychic ability at all. So you're asking about your Atlantean lifetime, and I bet that this goes back to that, because sometimes in Atlantean lifetime, there some people will end up with a block with psychic abilities from an Atlantean lifetime. Like I've come across that before. So as you guys know I've come across that before, but I don't know if this video is going to be private or public, so that's more for anybody else who might be watching. Okay. Okay. They're also kind of taking a minute to come through as well, so just gonna try to tune in here a little better. Okay, I have the bear guide coming up too. The one from the last reading I had with you. Now she's surrounding you in an energy as well, and it's a very protective energy. So she tends to, when she's around, she tends to put you in like this protective sphere. There's something with this guide related to your partner too. I'm not sure exactly what it is though. So I think maybe this guide is guiding your partner as well. You both have the same guides, I guess. So like I already knew that those two you had the same guides, obviously, but I didn't know the bear guide was guiding both of you as well. And then I keep still having the bird coming up. I'm pretty sure there was a bird in your first reading also, but he's come up a couple of times. And he's just singing. He sings a lot. Okay, now I have this image of a man on a horse riding up. And he's all in black, and even his skin and everything is in black, almost like a wraith. But they're not meaning something negative by this. It's almost like he's hidden or he's shrouded, and it has to do with your calling in life. And right now it's hidden or it's shrouded from you. It's like you can't really come into contact with it yet because part of you can't accept it. Part of you doesn't feel open enough to allowing your abilities out. And this is because of a past life that you had. So this is the Atlantean lifetime. So even your guides are kind of coming in with this energy in an almost, shrouded, kind of hidden energy. Like even I almost feel from them like they are not opening up as well. But again, that's not because they aren't open. It's because they're trying to come across with the energy for this reading. They're trying to give messages by doing that. They're saying, you're not open. You're not open to us. You're not open to receiving from us. And so it's almost like they aren't coming through to me as much, but that's more to represent you, what you are doing in your relationship with them, and your how you converse with them or don't in this case, because they are around you and you do give them, they do give you messages, but there's always this doubt and you don't trust it, but also you don't feel like you want to. Now that is a more subconscious thing, obviously, because you're asking questions about how you can tap into this more. Okay, so this has to be subconscious. They are saying though that there is a little bit of a fear that is conscious. There is some fear of what you would be, of what you would become if you let your full potential out. So they're saying some of that has seeped through to the surface. Okay, and there's something about the color blue coming in. Okay, and your bird is blue. And he's saying blue. He's coming in with the color blue, and he was with you in that lifetime as well, the Atlantean lifetime. And he's saying something about the water, or that the blue is a representation of the water. I'm even seeing you wearing like a blue robe. And again, it's a symbol of the water, and there's some water deity. And this is one I haven't really come across within Atlantean lifetime, but it makes sense. They had a lot of water around them. I've had like I've had like a sun worshiper kind of thing coming in. Not really a worshiper, almost like you use that element in a way, but at the same time, you do kind of, uh, in a way, worship it. Like you have not really worship it, but like you have ritualistic practices and things that pertain to the water and some kind of water deity. So it's almost, this is how you honor the God within yourself. Okay. So this is your way of reaching out to the divine within you in this lifetime, is what they're coming in with. Because it wasn't, even if you're worshiping it in this lifetime, they keep coming in with this feeling like you weren't giving your power away. So, because in this, current earth time right now, people tend to have a religion where it's all about going to the deity and it's not really about going within. But they're giving me a feeling like in this lifetime it was. You were just using this as a tool to connect with yourself. So you are connecting with this deity outside of you. But the water represents something about you as well. And I'm getting the healing abilities again. This came through in the first reading. Okay. And you also, you are mumbling these words. You're saying these words in another language, probably Atlantean, or maybe some other language from back then that was more mystical or something that you would use for a ritualistic kind of incantation or magic. And you were very comfortable with that. And what's coming in, is that you have to get comfortable with that again. So this is like spell work specifically. So this is really tapping into your power to manifest something. And that's why you can't really do the healings right now. It's like there's this spark that's there and you can see that it's working, but it won't really manifest all the way through for you, where you can see this is definitely that and not anything else. It's not a combination of medicine and my power to heal something. Because back then you could just say an incantation. Back then you could just blab something and move your hand or your staff or something, and it would manifest for you. It would do what you want. You could also do things with the water. I see you lifting up the water. So almost like a Moses kind of energy here, which is kind of interesting because I have no idea why this would be coming in, but it is kind of reminding me of Moses when he's lifting the water like that. And then also, yeah, again, I have no clue why this would be coming in. But also the word shalom was coming in. And so probably you know that that means peace in Hebrew. And when I saw you mumbling these things, that was one of the words coming in. But I know you were not actually using that word in the lifetime, but were you were saying these prayers or incantations, these spells that weren't just about healing a person physically, uh, even though you did that as well. You did a lot of things with healing, but it was also on a global scale. So you're saying these things for like peace, harmony, specifically peace over the earth. And dying things. You had the ability to make things better. You had the ability to make things grow. So this is plants, this is animals, this is people, this is putting out intentions of peace for the world itself. But this man in this past life, who you were, is looking at this when he's saying peace. To him, this is a physical thing as well. This means all my organs are working properly. So I'm not aging. I'm not dying. And this man was immortal in this lifetime. Not all the Atlanteans were. But this person had achieved that. Okay. So yeah, I'm seeing that he's bending down and he is like making things grow, making them come alive. But then with sick people too. And I'm even seeing, they're saying Lazarus. I'm even seeing this kind of thing. I'm seeing like a coffin. And I'm seeing it open, like the stone comes off, and he is like calling this person up out of it. So you're a very powerful healer in this lifetime. And this is possible, okay? I know that people aren't running around doing things like this in this current time frame, but even here it is possible. But the Atlanteans, they were more open to that. Our society isn't open to that. Our society is closed to that. But imagine if people were open to that. If everybody just learned this from the time that they were young, you would have healers that were that intensely able to heal someone, and that they could literally start their heart up again even days later. Which also I'm getting the feeling that this would also mean calling the spirit back into the person. I get a feeling of that as well. Like the spirit has been traveling, like the spirit is going through this light, and you almost have to call it back into the body. Like, hey, you're not done yet. Your time isn't over yet. So I also feel that he uses his intuition with this. He would not just go around and do this for anybody and everyone. This would be, if he felt, yeah, like what's coming in, like your time isn't done yet. So there's something more that person is to do, especially a leader. I keep feeling some kind of leader, and even the coffin, the person looked like they were someone like in a leading class, or like what MimCat is always called the ruling class. So somebody helping to guide others and lead the community. That's specifically coming in about that there is someone, at least one person that you did this with, where they had died and you healed them even afterward. So you've got some serious ability there to tap into. Now, why are you afraid of this? Why is he afraid of harnessing this water? Okay. Okay. I had a past life like this too. All right, so this is not a happy energy for me right here. All right, so there's this energy there, like the water is going to be used in a bad way. So this is referring to the destruction of Atlantis. This is referring to the flood. Okay, and you've lived in Atlantis for a long time. Obviously, you are immortal. You've lived in Atlantis for a long time. And they're saying thousands of years. So you've lived here for a long time where it was fine. But there's this energy coming in like now the water is going to be used in a bad way. Now it's going to do something really destructive and you can't do anything about that. So you're this person who guides others and heals others, and you use this water aspect to do that with. You're using this water aspect. And so the fact that you can't control this, the fact that you can't control this water like deity in a way, or just the water itself when you've so been able to. Like, you can't stop this. You can't push this back, and you know it. And you know you're not supposed to either. Excuse me. Okay. So you know you're not supposed to either. You know you're not supposed to hold this back. But you have the ability to. So this really bothers you. Now, even if you tried, you wouldn't be able to. Like, they wouldn't let you. This entity, this force, more than one entities, and this force, the force of the water, it's not going to let you. But this it's like something that you carry, and it's very heavy. It's tragic. And it's like a burden. I also feel like this person didn't die. He could sense what was going to happen, and I feel like they're sending me this feeling like he left beforehand. He didn't stay there. And so he just let it happen. And then he felt a lot of grief about that. And he had a mourning process, but it's like it never really left him at all. So the mourning process just kind of continued. So his city was destroyed. He feels like it's his responsibility to heal it and to help uplift it out of any turmoil or any form of negativity it might face, especially when it comes to water. So this is a very, very trying thing for him. Okay, and then there's family too. There's family that died in this. I keep getting the feeling of like grandchildren, which might be like great, great, great or something, even like maybe like great, great grandchildren or something like that. Okay, so they were younger. So there were some younger children in your family line as well that you felt should have had a much longer life than they did. But you didn't take them with you. You knew they were going to die, but you didn't take them with you. And the parents wouldn't have let them go. And there's this feeling like it would have been taking like your whole family. And then there's also this feeling like almost like it isn't, like it wouldn't even be right to you to put your own family on this pedestal where you save all of these people that are only in your own family and just maybe some others that you personally know that you choose. That wouldn't even be good to you. That would make no sense to you. Maybe they have more of an impact on you and your life, but not necessarily anyone else's. So, what's the difference from saving a stranger and saving them when it comes to like the grand picture of everything? Because this is only what's affecting you and in your life and your personal responsibilities, like for your family. But you also have responsibilities for Atlantis itself. It's almost like you're a guardian of Atlantis. That's kind of the energy here with not just him, but with this class, with the high priest priestess class, and not even the high priest priestess, but priests and priestesses. They're also showing me a pentacle, and a pentacle represents like the universe and all of the four elements within it. Now, he might have had different elements that he was into. It wasn't necessarily the same four, or maybe there were more than four. But I almost get the feeling to wear one of those, to get one and to wear it. So they're saying not to reject your element. Stop rejecting your element and to feel good about water specifically. But all the elements too, because I'm getting fire and different things also. I'm getting fire specifically because even this can cause a lot of destruction as well. But all of these elements can cause destruction. Okay, so that's why you aren't comfortable with your power, they're saying, because it can destroy things or it can turn out badly. Like it was coming in before. Now the water is going to be used in a bad way. So now you don't want to use the water anymore. Now you want to reject this influence that you have over it, especially since you couldn't avert it anyway. You couldn't do anything about it anyway. And now it's almost this evil, corrupt thing to you, even though you know it's not, even though you know that there's a time and a place for everything and that this destruction was meant to happen. Still, you don't like it. You don't want to continue this work, even if you are helping all these people all those years and years beforehand. What is happening now has such a cataclysmic impact on you and everyone around you in the whole city. It's not like you want to do this anymore. You don't appreciate the art of it anymore. So this is not a very good lifetime for you. Like at the end of it, but it almost feels like it wasn't a good lifetime for you, even though previously it was good, because you're so focused on the negative afterwards, and plus you lived for a long time after that as well. So with you as well, there's this feeling like you lost your immortality. So you aged and you died. You died naturally. So it wasn't something that killed you, except just aging and dying that killed you. But you developed that out of this almost hatred for yourself, or like a self-loathing, and that's why you doubt yourself. It's like you don't like yourself anymore. He really did not like himself anymore. He almost wished he could get away from himself. And that's why he died. He didn't like himself anymore. He wished that he could almost wipe himself clean, or even erase himself, I feel like. He just didn't like his life anymore. I also feel this feeling like he became bitter. He didn't want to help people anymore. And he didn't see joy in getting close to people anymore. Like there's this feeling like he wanted to avert his eyes, or just he didn't want to hear any laughter. And he didn't want to see people enjoy. He didn't want to see people in a happy emotion or engaging with each other, like families engaging with each other. So he just kind of hid away. So he was like a hermit after this happened. He didn't really speak to people. And there's a feeling like some people knew about him, but he was almost just, he was like a recluse, like to them, like not someone that they would want to be around. Um, like someone who was just, I don't, like the weird old man or something, someone who was like weird and that just hated society or didn't want to be near anyone. And this was on, I feel like this is on some other planet where you went. They're saying almost like a rescue planet, like where a lot of people went after this happened, like where a lot of survivors went after this happened. But you didn't have people there with you that you really wanted to be around. They're giving me this feeling too, like not everybody died in your family. There was at least one person, and this was someone little. This was someone little, somebody younger, like a child. And there's this feeling like you weren't very nice to them. Like before, you would have been very loving and you would have brought them up in a really nice way. In this lifetime, I mean, it's almost like two different lifetimes, like after this happens, because you like completely change. After this happens, though, you are kind of just, yeah, recluse and kind of mean and don't get along with people and don't want to get along with people. That's the thing. It's not that you can't get along with people. You don't want to get along with people because you don't want to get close to people. And you just don't like people anymore because you don't like yourself anymore. And there's this other feeling, almost like he went kind of nuts. But also a feeling like he was very sane at the same time. But he just had all this grief and all this turmoil and almost like this almost evil side of him. I don't feel like he used it though. It's not like he took his abilities and used them in a bad way or even really did anything that was evil. But it was just these evil things that he had seen were so like stuck in his view of everything, like a permanent image in his brain that he's just not nice to people anymore. But mostly he just stays by himself. Except for this person that he has to help because they're younger than him, and there aren't really a lot of other family members left who could take care of this person. And also there's a feeling like people who are left don't really want to take care of the person because it's like you're the one that is open as far as you're older, and it's like you're not really creating a life anymore, you're ending a life. So it's easier for you to take on a responsibility like this. But there's also the feeling like you were seriously the wrong person. And they're sending this energy like I don't feel like this person had the best lifetime, kind of because of how you were with them. But they're also sending this feeling like it wasn't your fault. It's like you were just feeling all this horrible, horrible stuff, and then there's this person right there. So when you feel that horrible, and you feel totally like shut down and this calmness, but like this aloof calmness, like a chill, then how can you really open up to somebody else? So these feelings overrided that capability. Okay, so for question 3, how can you tap more into this? It's what they already said. And I think if I remember right, this came up in your first reading, or it actually might have been your partner's reading, but it came up about you. That you should be doing spells and you should be incorporating this kind of ritualistic work. And again, they're sending me this to like wear a pagan symbol, wear a ritualistic symbol, even if it isn't the same elements exactly, or the same way that they drew it out exactly. It's a representation of something that you lost, um, hope that you lost, and that you're regaining it, or you're getting back in touch with it, like you are open to receiving these abilities again. And that's your thing. You have to get open again. You have to open up to this again, because I feel like this was a long time ago. There are a lot of lives that you've had in between where you've cleared a lot of this karma, and for some reason they were letting you know about some of the karma with this kid. There was definitely some karma there that I was feeling. But I feel like a lot of this is cleared. Um, and you have the ability to do more in this lifetime and to fulfill a calling in this lifetime, a purpose in this lifetime that you carry with you. So it's not about clearing karma, but it is about getting more open again so that you can receive back abilities that you had previously before that happened. Because even in these other lifetimes, it's like your abilities were kind of here and there. You could see them, you could sense them, but never in that way. Like where they were so um, like overwhelmingly powerful, but under your control, and you were a good person. You need to get comfortable with your power. That's what you need to do. You need to get comfortable with the concept of having power, and not in a physical way. So it's not like working out or something like that is going to help you, or looking more powerful or building a bunch of muscles. It's nothing to do with that. It's only about spiritual power. So meditation and working on your chakras and activating yourself. Even things like eating the right foods, eating pure foods. This helps with that. And even things that you could even things that you can ingest would help you to activate yourself, since we are in this physical body. And that has, because I already know that you eat really clean. I know you eat pretty clean. But they are still coming in with that. And they're also giving me a feeling like your intuition is going to tell you whatever it is that they might be referring to here. And they're not telling me that. Yeah, you can get some things on your own. You don't need me to get it all for you. Okay. So that's what you need to be working on right now when it comes to tapping into them more. It means clearing out this kind of evil, shut down group of thought forms that you have. These affect your partner too, but then she has some thought forms that affect you as well, because you're both just, your guides, her guides, or your, all this. so so and even guides that are assigned more to one of you are going to be with the other one as well, obviously. And so it's not that the thought forms aren't just yours, but it's that the thought forms, and the thought forms affect the other person in some ways almost as equally as you, but still obviously you more, and the ones that are hers, her more. But they do affect her to a high degree, and hers do affect you to a high degree. So that's something to be aware of too. It's like as you're clearing yourself, you're almost giving your partner a clearing as well, and vice versa. So you help one another to clear as you get clearer. So they're saying to work on clearing this out. So the female guide, so the partner's future self is saying to clear this out because it's going to help her, like meaning the female guide. And your partner, obviously, in in this current time frame as well. It's always fun dealing with dealing with multiple timelines. Okay. Okay, so we got about 10 more minutes here. They haven't really spoken about number 2 yet. Okay, again, they're coming in with meditation. They're saying to clear your thoughts. So they're giving me the feeling like you can't incorporate your abilities into your art yet, the way that you would want to. First, you just have to get comfortable with the abilities that you know that you have. You have to practice using them, but they're saying that first, above all, you have got to focus on clarity in your head. Because they're saying that your head isn't clear, that it's kind of this chaotic jumble in there, like almost like a storm, kind of. They got to use this water element again. So they're saying that this is a really deep thing, but they're saying that only water will break it. Meaning only striving to get closer to your abilities will break it. So your element. So it's not just about water. It's like this is a representation, like they were saying, of everything that you lost. All of your abilities are in this element. So, but not that you didn't use the other elements as well. You were familiar with all the elements, with multiple elements. So there were multiple elements that you were using, but primarily water was the one that you would tap into for all of the healing work that you would be doing. And this is where your and all of the empathy work that you would be doing. Okay, because they are also okay, because what they're also saying is how can you heal it if you can't feel it? So you weren't just you were knowing what to heal because you were feeling the different things that you should be healing the earth from. When you're going around mumbling these things, you're not just mindlessly, you know, no, you're saying, okay, I'll heal this energy that I'm feeling empathically. I'll heal this. I'll heal this. These emotions that you're empathically feeling, these energies that you're taking on empathically, even to clear them out of the earth and clear them out of other people. So empathy is this ability to take on an energy, to almost take an energy onto yourself and then process it for somebody else. So this can be an emotion, this can be a thought form, this can be like a disease or a disturbing energy of some kind. And as long as you know how to clear it, then you're doing your work properly, and this clears itself up in that person and in you. So you're not taking it on permanently. It's like you're shedding it, and almost as a representation of this other person shedding it. So you're shedding it for them. So you're shedding what they can't shed. And you're doing what they can't do. And the same with the earth. It's like you have to clear it for her. Okay, so they're even saying to even sit down on the ground, and or if you can't sit down on the ground, if you don't have much nature to be in or go around, then sit on the floor in your apartment and visualize that you are sitting on the ground and that the dirt is under you, specifically dirt, and visualize visualize this, what he's saying, that he used to do. Okay, so this is Raja talking. So visualize what he's saying that he used to do, which is that he would feel these energies empathically and then clear them. And there again, they're not really telling me how to do that. They're not really giving me anything specific to really help you do that. It's just something that you have to tap into. Like you'll remember what to do when you practice it, more and more and more, tapping into energies and releasing them, clearing them. This is something that you have to practice, and you have to let go of your fear of being wrong, they're saying. You have to just let go and allow this to pass through you. Okay, they don't want to say anything else. And they were sending me an energy like they don't want to say anything else, and then they're kind of making it like, I don't know, dramatic, epic ritualistic kind of thing, because they're showing me like this big tome and it's shutting like this. So that's all that they have to say right now for this reading. So thank you so much for coming together, for allowing me to read you again, to read your guides again, to let them talk anyway. Thank you so much.